how they work.
All of these marks on my my notebook are from Dexter. He found a soft surface and wanted to start making the biscuits.
Of course.
So, does anybody want to give a quick recap of last session?
Yeah, so we were all, trying to not get assassinated, and we did that successfully 2 sessions ago, actually. And then we looted the room. Some of us went to bed, because Kai had not slept in like 48 hours and was bleeding profusely. And then we all met back at the night market, looted some stuff, and found some cryptic notes, one of which was made out of human flesh and in a language that no one understands. And now Mushroom Bug Person Man has that note.
Yeah. Technically, it's human skin, not human flesh, but I don't think that matters too much.
Not morally, no.
Alright. And Clara, it's up to you if you want to give a recap or if you want to just wait until you rejoin the group.
So like, physically, where did we leave off? Like, are we all back together?
So, we really left the night market. We just took a bit. Our last session was like 24 hours, pretty much. And we just, like, stayed around the night market after the assassination attempt, and you went off to go find your mother.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing that actually happened during last session is that Kai stopped off at your house while you were
this did happen.
So you could have retroactively decided on a time and place to meet after that.
Yeah, so let's say I showed up there, asked for my goggles, and your mother, by the way, answered the door very frantic. Like she was very busy and needed to get back to something. But I asked her for welding goggles, and then let's say I told her on my way out, by the way, when Clara's done, tell her to come back to the market to meet us all.
Got it. Okay, so Clara will go meet up with the group.
Alright, yeah, so Kai tells you that they're gonna be doing some research into stuff at the night market, and after spending a few hours with your mother, you go out to meet them, and let me get some music going as you all rejoin back at the night market. Back at the night market, which is now the day market.
Has it been overnight yet?
That is what I pay for, so I'm glad that's what we get.
You have gotten a long rest. It hasn't been over... Yes. So, when you left off with your mother, it was about, like, 3 p.m., so it would be same day as your little training montage that you'd be heading out to meet with them. But if it's better for everyone, you can wait for the next day. But you're also supposed to go in for questioning this afternoon.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to make things next long rest.
Should be saying, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Also, I know no one questioned it, but I feel like someone would. The fact that the rest of you all know that I am suddenly wearing welding goggles.
Right.
Yep.
Clara should be on...
Feeling alright?
Yeah, after our whole debacle, let's say things calm down, you just say that. Admittedly, the Eternal Flame and Maralathia are inflicting a little damage, and things are sensitive right now.
Don't fix it.
Yeah.
All right.
Zach, would I know who Maramathia is?
That
We
is
still
a
don't know
question
why that
for
you guys
Kai.
are here.
Big cow. Everybody needs a big cow.
Yeah, that's a question for Kai. Like, passively once or twice, you've seen him kind of just, like, look over his shoulder and speak to nothing. But I don't know if he's actually had a conversation with Kai about that at all.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, you probably would have been too deep into the throes of battle with
Just basically the entire
undead that
24 hours.
afterwards the eternal flame turned my eyes like my pupils dilated all around. And then it's been a few days since then, and now I have goggles. So I don't know if you would know that my eyes were normal before that.
Right. I got it.
It has been, like, 12 hours since then, not a few days.
No, we had a full day at least, because we went back to the, oh wow, I guess that night was the parade.
Yeah. Bone Collective and Slaughter Parade were the same night. This is the day after.
They were?
My timeline is all thrown off. It's been like 2 months.
We have had,
this
like,
is my second day with you guys.
yeah, we have had, like, 6 sessions within the same 24-hour in-game block.
It's fine, we just finished our Dragon Ball Z arc. Our 6-episode fight.
Clara finds the group.
Yeah.
So you go back to the market, which now is more of just like a general kind of street. It's on Tin Street, so there's a lot of there's not too much movement right now. It seems to be a kind of lull point in the day. But you're somewhat familiar with this area just from like a lot of warehouses are around here. So there's some like movement of like goblins and humans moving crates of materials, things like that. But it is not the night market that you saw the previous night. It's now kind of just a throughway. I should actually invisible these guys out.
Yeah.
So you're able to make it back to the night market, no problem. And you do find the group kind of as they're discussing, and you see, you kind of come up as Kai and Fawks. You hear them arguing in the distance as you approach, and then you see as Fawks hands a scroll case to Aldrich, the new bug boy, who kind of just like straps it onto his back, and you see as they turn towards you as you approach.
Guys, what's going on?
Just, we found a scroll from the assassin. We can't decipher it, and let's just say we wanted a neutral party to be involved this time.
No, it's like, no.
No. It's in a language that is in celestial script, but we cannot read it.
Well, that means it's in Goblin, right?
Yep, Goblin and Celestial are the same script.
That's why I'm a goblin.
Technically, it's not celestial script. Otherwise, Fawks might be able to read it a bit better. It is...
And me.
It's like,
I thought you told us what it meant because I wrote it down.
it is like strange characters that look very similar to celestial script, but almost as if they were like warped or something. It does look
What
a
did
lot
you
like
write
Goblin.
down?
It
There
does
were
look
two
like Goblin.
letters.
I'm fucking with you.
There was one at Temeria that said that she is team wants to kill Fox. And then another one, there's a note in it addressed to Fox saying that if he intercepted the letter and killed Temeria to go to the Undercity, and the letter was signed from Zoxtasa.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a third in a chest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Well, guys, I went home for a little bit because I just needed to talk to my mom and figure out kind of, I'm really having a lot of questions about where I'm going in life, and but look at this cool thing I got as she holds up her arm to show him her Mizium apparatus. It's sparkly.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Did
you'll
you?
just
Yeah, did you do that?
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
kind of. I mean, I took the broken one, and then my mom helped me, fix it up. And it, kind of works. So I can cast some new things with it, but I'm still learning.
I see. See, I also had some thinking to do about my life, and also went to go talk to your mom about it.
She's good at that,
Oh, Susie.
But, also, I don't really know how to say this, but, my real parents might be alive, and my other parents have been lying to me for a really, really, really long time, and I really don't know how to deal with that. But, long story short, we need to go find this guy named Cranko, and we need to kill him.
Cranko?
Yeah, that one.
Franco?
I can't do that
But why?
because I need to return him to the Boros prisons.
I guess we could do that too. But he might have my parents.
Well, fortunate for you, Clara, I might have a way to him.
Let's go!
As I just sort of look around and Clara, we were in the middle of something before you came here.
What's so important?
Not being assassinated.
Well, I thought the main lady she ran away and then... Yeah.
She's gonna come back.
Oh, well...
We also have this cow who came with an encoded thought.
Yeah, we already knew that.
It told us to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Where did it tell us to go?
Exactly where we were already going. Before we were derailed.
Okay, but I'm not giving up on Cranko.
As you shouldn't.
Nor am I.
I think we need to draw a list of priorities here.
If your parents have been alive this whole time, I believe they'll still be alive for a few more days.
They're still themselves, because that mean Cranko is putting bad things in his brain and he's taking their lives.
They're also goblins. They could just,
Don't say that, Mr. Kai. It's really mean.
Well,
Now,
I mean, also, Clara, one thing to note, I'm not sure if you remember, but from your one-on-one a few weeks ago, you've recently found out that your birth parents may be immortal adjacent.
Yeah, shh, we're not sharing that part yet,
Okay.
Mr. DM.
Sorry.
Alright, we did not hear that.
I know.
Death is a natural part of life.
Something has occurred to me that you're really slightly more.
I apologize. I wasn't sure if that was something that was forgotten or not.
No, I remember that. I just wasn't sharing that part yet.
Natural part of the universe, and suddenly I'm filled with the thought that your parents are abominations against nature.
You bring things back to life all the time.
I don't bring things back to life.
No, he signs people away so that someone else can do that for him.
The afterlife is another natural part of life.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, in this world, it is. It's known.
Okay, well, if we need to put our priorities straight, I vote my parents.
Well, I mean, it was just a full moon, yes, last night.
No, that wasn't the full
It's
moon.
coming up.
I thought that's why they attacked me.
Werewolf. Yeah, she said, "I'll see you at the next full moon."
Well, yes, I never saw them. They cast darkness before I got in the room. So I guess I also would know if it was a full moon or not, because we were kind of tracking that.
Yeah, you are well aware that the next full moon is in 3 days.
Boy. I want to go over to Clara and just be like, I had also heard about the escapees. I'd be willing to get them back.
Det Sardu.
What?
Franco. And the other guy who escaped. There was two, right?
There were two.
Okay. Franco.
They escaped?
Yes.
Yes,
Person escapee.
To return a couple of escaped prisoners back to the
Well,
Boros.
Wait, so you had him?
No, we have to go get him.
We had to go get him.
But if he escaped, then that means you had him.
Oh,
I
we didn't.
myself, we personally did not have him.
But if the Boros got him before, then who knows where my parents could be, because then they might have gotten separated.
Which is why we have to go find Cranko and bring him back to the prison.
Well, then maybe he doesn't have my parents anymore then.
Do you
Well,
think he would have had them in the prison?
Sorry, you just said we had to track him down.
Because I thought my parents were them. I didn't know he got captured.
Clara,
Well,
It would stand to reason if he got out, he would probably try to bring any, for lack of a better word, subjects with him.
I suppose.
He at least would know where they would be. And he's the best lead we have right now.
and besides, if they are with him and we don't go, then we're just wasting an opportunity.
And
Ooh.
we may have a contact on the inside with him. Let me find a document that I downloaded like 2 months ago.
Oh.
Assuming...
Yeah, don't we still have to get into Rex Monty?
Yeah.
Yup. That mission was still like 2 days ago.
The original thing for Rixmati was from Minkus about 2 weeks ago in game time.
Okay, yes, we were making progress towards it last night.
Yes.
Is it you? Yes. We do So Zach, those rap sheets you sent me however long ago,
Yes.
those were contacts that we have, right? Or are those just crimes that they've been arrested for?
Yeah, those are the rap sheets that you found when you went to the Azorius records hall. So that is just information about them. So it's like previous arrests, some information on how to identify them. But it's not like oh, here's their phone number, give them a call.
Yeah. So, you. How you may be able to help me here. You have access to any of the prisons. I guess there was a jailbreak recently, but I was informed of someone that would have contacted Krenko. Hopefully they didn't escape too.
Do you know what their name is?
Their name is Ramthy Skrink.
Is that the other person that name?
I can't say I've ever encountered such a person.
I don't think I knew the name of the other person. I think I was Frank.
Do you then...
Actually, sorry, Gideon, this is a name you recognize, because they are being held in the 2nd Precinct Barracks prison, which also is where you work, or at least did before your little adventuring stint.
Did that name come up before?
Not until this moment.
Okay, I was gonna say, was that something I should have written?
No, it's something on my sheet that says where they are arrested.
In that case, actually, I think I do know that name, by chance.
You're stealing the cow's thunder.
But
Yes, I think they're being held in a prison in Precinct 2 in the Boros Guild there. They're not at the main prison.
yes, well, I happened, in my investigation into Neoser, happened to find a record of them, and they are known affiliates of Krankos. Perhaps we should go talk to them about where he might be.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
As I derail Zach's thing by bringing out something 2 months ago he totally forgot about.
No, they are currently in that prison basement. I'm on top of this.
I'm joking, by the way. I know you have a goddamn book.
I literally could never do this.
Yeah, I mean, you would also, like, if you shared more information, there would be other names that you might recognize. Everything's connected. I'm going insane.
Yes, I believe they were arrested by Captain Parrish Zodge, if you know that name as well.
There's Saj. He's on my.
He's my father!
They were arrested on Tev number 27th, 995 PG. Wait, does this line up with our calendar? Is this accurate? When the hell is Tev number?
The
Yeah,
months
count
are
that.
right. I did just remember that this is marked in 2022. It's supposed to be 1022.
Okay, so they have only been arrested for
1,000 years.
less. Okay, I guess it's been almost 30 years.
Which, noted, is an extremely long time for a goblin.
Yeah. It just occurred to me to check what year it was.
This dude was arrested when he was 11 years old.
They have spent 3/4 of their life in prison. So they may not be able to help with where he is now.
Well, if you still think it is a worthwhile trip, we could go.
We can always try and get some other names out of them.
We're in the middle, right? We have to get back to the precinct 2. What time is it?
It is currently about 2:30 p.m.
Well, I think my stance is still known.
Deal with your assassin.
Yes.
That sounds like a you problem.
But I mean, if the assassins are going to come after us anyway,
We might as well let them
like,
come to us.
yeah, let them come to us.
They are going to turn into a werewolf.
I'll still find
So-
Now I have big magic spear. Well, I
So
already had-
how knowledgeable are we with werewolf stuff in game?
I don't know.
I spent
How
half a
knowledgeable are
session
you?
researching them.
Yeah,
So,
I think
do you
Fawks
know-
probably know more, but anybody who wants to can make either an Arcana or a Nature check to see what they just happen to know.
So, speaking of that, what do you think would be the best way to fight against them?
We have to figure out where they are first, then ensure that we deal with them both in the daytime and also not on the full moon, so we are not triggering their transformation. Because once that happens, it's going to become a lot harder to deal with them, and we know they're coming after me come that time.
Zach, did my Arcana check show up?
No.
It did not, so you can still roll that if it hasn't come through yet.
I just tried it like 3 times. I'm going to try refreshing.
then maybe we should get that note checked out first. We have a definite short-term timeline for all of us getting attacked again, provided that we are around. We do not have a definite timeline for your parents.
And another thing to note, being attacked may come in the middle of trying to rescue her parents, in which case we would be putting them in danger too.
Interesting spin, but sure.
In fact, by not going after this werewolf, we are literally killing Clara's parents.
Right.
Yes.
Hard to defy that logic.
So,
Actually, it's pretty easy to defy that logic, but I'll go with it.
Find a way to decipher this letter.
Well, it's in the near celestial script, so with a few hours, perhaps I might be able to get something. Otherwise, we could search out a creature that can understand it. But I do not think this is a vital piece of the puzzle. I think it might just be a peripheral thing. I have other ways of trying to track down this assassin.
Such as.
We have their positions now.
Well, I know. We do have one of their possessions. I was going with I've seen their weapons, and I have become familiar with their possessions, and I do possess a spell of locate object. I know that they are somewhere encamped on this street. I simply need to basically go around casting this until I'm able to get a ping of it.
Are you the only one who read the letters that we could actually read?
I believe Justin would still have the letters.
Yeah, so Aldrich did kind of show them around. But he kind of just pipes up and goes, if you want to see him again, I'm pretty sure all the traps and magic have been taken out of him. And he just kind of, like, holds them out.
Right, no, as long as I've seen it once, big cow. And then wasn't there also a mention in the letter of if you survive the assassination attempt that we could go see some person?
The one trying to assassinate me.
I thought it was like the person who hired them.
Correct.
And so we could go to them and beat their butt.
No.
yeah, no.
So, to put it in, actually, I'm probably not the best to describe this. I'm a little biased.
Hair red.
No.
Not instantly rage.
Thought you like had contact with someone.
No. I'm just a big bull.
So the one trying to kill him is one of the 3 Gorgon sisters of the Undercity.
Well, fuck. Then maybe not. So he said he could locate objects.
Hold on. He's got a good idea here.
You know what? He's right. I do have.
Oh yeah, let's just go back to the Undercity where everything tries to kill us and the Gorgons.
And
I see
as
no
soon as
issue.
you say, like, go back to the Undercity, Aldrich is just like, no, God, no, please, no, I just escaped.
Yeah. Also, we didn't. It was like 3 sessions later when I think we finally addressed it, but like we also know that they're currently fighting a Lich army.
And they also hate us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even peace in the Underdark.
Tavro has the following. I say, you're right, this assassin does pose a danger. But if we cannot find it within a day, I say we look for Krenko. Because just spamming your magic throughout the city might not lead us anywhere. But if it does, all the better. But if not, we'll move on.
Do we have
The risks.
anything that may have their DNA as well?
Do we know that DNA exists?
Yes. Okay, well, we know
There was clothing.
part of person.
Yeah.
The clothing in the bed. I would check there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in the room and grab one of those articles of clothing.
Be careful.
According to the map, I'm still in the.
Yeah, I mean, you just
And you
kinda,
are
like,
still in there.
once you broke open that chest that things were being stored in, like, there were a few changes of clothes. You're able to just, like, grab a tunic out of it.
Cool. So I do that, and I go back to Fawks and say, if we can't find them today, it may be worth bringing this back to my guild.
That is a good point. Though we would need to amass a lot of money.
I wouldn't worry about that as much this time.
I'll accept that answer. So, Zach, how big is 10th Street?
It is one of like the 5 major freeways that goes through almost all of the 10th district.
Don't seem.
Actually, I sent you guys all a transit map. 10th
You
Street
did.
goes through all of the precincts, I'm pretty sure, other than Precinct 3.
Easy.
I had to open original for it to be readable. Oh yeah, that black line is all 10th Street, isn't it?
No, Black Line is the...
Oh no, that's
border
Shadowfront.
lines.
Oh no, I see it now.
Yeah, gray lines are 10th Street, so it's primarily like Precinct 6, Precinct 1, Precinct 4, so it goes through all of those.
Yeah, 10th Street's big.
Well, I remember it being warehouses on 10th Street.
Maybe worth checking Precinct 5, or no, Precinct 4 first then.
One other thing to note is that you are currently at a warehouse on 10th Street.
Are we by the...
Wouldn't be this.
Are we in Precinct 4?
Are you sure we didn't just find the exact place you were looking for?
Give me a second. I'm gonna move,
Yeah, Gideon, you are currently in Precinct 4 near the 10th Street Market.
Okay.
She ran down here, right?
She jumped out of a
south.
window, so, like, yeah, that way.
One thing to note is there were no windows.
Wait. Excuse? I thought you said she jumped out of a window.
No, I said you didn't see her go past, and then Clara saw her materialize out of shadows outside of the room.
Oh.
I see.
Well, I suppose I may as well just see to make sure we aren't being, well, watched this whole time, I suppose, would be...
That is fair.
Casting it first here would probably be smart.
So I am going to cast Locate Object, describing the dagger she attacked me with.
Alright, yeah, so you describe the, like,
Bottom
wooden
right.
and metal hilt that she
here.
summoned her blade out of.
We're not in that room that you're.
That has a range of 1,000 feet, correct?
Yep.
You don't feel a ping. It is outside of that range.
Well, she is not nearby. I can guarantee that much, at least, then. Excuse me. Perhaps we can do a little investigating and then find another good warehouse to try to scry near and see if we can find anything.
Very well. I'm a big cow.
Like, they just say that periodically. I am a big cow.
It's true though. You can have
Can't
them
let you forget.
It's true.
Look at that.
Who are you? Big cow.
I'm just gonna periodically say that too. You're just gonna be with us. You're gonna be like, why am I here?
So what would you all like to do?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Is 10th Street like all warehouses through the entire, or do I know like that certain areas have different businesses on it?
So it is a mix of warehouses there's some areas where it's pretty much like just transit. Like there's not much on the side of the roads. It's just like this is where the carts go for movement of things. And then there's also a as you move north along Tin Street towards like more strict is it territory, it changes from warehouses to laboratories. So actually, like, where you are in the market is pretty close to where, like, they start blending together. You're still mostly around warehouses, but there's, like, a few is-it labs popping up. And you know the further north you go, the more labs there are and the less warehouses.
Why do we think they're in a warehouse?
Because that's where they prescribe to. A warehouse on Thin Street.
And it wasn't this warehouse?
Wasn't this warehouse? Perhaps we should move south then, a little distance. See if we can get any, as those cops say, hit the dirt and beat people up and get information. That's what cops do.
Yes. Fox.
Confirm.
Fox really knows them cops.
It's the beat. That's it.
That's dropping the beat.
Any
Crackheads.
counters to this, or shall we head off?
No, I suppose we should be going along.
Wherever you think, Mr. Fox.
I think it may be worth just trying to use a more reliable method than walking and trying every 1,000 feet for this.
Then what are you suggesting? We just go back and get this scrat immediately?
Would save us time if that's what we may end up doing eventually anyways.
It won't be another financial sink. I am all for this.
I will see what I can do about that.
Because unfortunately, my treasury has been evaporated as of recent.
Your fault.
It's true.
Oh yeah, also we had to take them both to the Orzhov because they were severely poisoned and dying.
Yes.
At least as far as we know, they were completely unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, they opened a letter and then just passed out and started convulsing.
We should have just left them.
Not
It was considered.
Clara, do you need to go do anything? I thought you were summoned somewhere.
Yes, to the
Oh,
forum.
what time is it?
It's like 2.
2:30.
Didn't they say to come tonight?
Yeah.
They just said
Well,
to
then-
come, like, this day.
We have time.
Then, Kai, lead the way, I suppose?
Yes. On our way. So, we make our way to the Azorius Guild Hall
Why are we going
So-
to
Walking fast.
to
You're
New
going-
Prov.
You're going to New Prov? Okay, are you getting transportation there? If you are, then it'll take you about, like, 45 minutes to get there. Otherwise, it'll take probably 2.5 hours.
We will take transportation there. I will cover it.
Alright. And sorry,
So it
I
looks-
actually have transit lines open. You can head down to Oligarch Square and then get on the transit stop there and take it over to New Prov for one gold piece each.
Each. Oof. Okay.
Why are we going to
I was
these?
charging you guys way too little previously.
Alright, well, there's 6 of us, so I will do it.
Why are we going to the Azores?
So-
This-
Because, my guild, we have access to the precogs, they are able to hopefully take this possession of the assassins and scry it and tell us exactly where they are.
I see.
Yeah, so
you
you spend the 40 minutes to head over to New Prov, and after spending that time, you alight outside of the Azorius Guild Hall. And other than Fawks and Kai, this is now bringing back memories for all of you other than Tavro and Aldrich. Of about a month ago when you were first summoned here. And this
was only a month ago with game time?
Yup.
Let me check exactly how long, just to make a point.
2 weeks.
Okay, the 9th of last month to the 11th. Yeah, so 1 month and 2 days. It's been 1 month and 2 days since you were all summoned by the Azorius originally.
For the opposite of crimes.
But you find yourselves once again in New Prov, the Azorius Guild Hall, coming up the steps towards. And let's move Kai and Fox out of the office. And put you on here. All right. Yeah, so you find yourselves all like heading up towards the steps of New Prov, the Azorius Guild Hall, and it's just like towering around you. And you just see like the guards standing out front. And there's a human guard that's just out front and goes. He like takes one look at you, Kai, and then opens the door and lets you all in. You are Azorius, after all.
Yes.
And as you head in, you...
Still Azorius.
Yeah. As you head in, you're met by the secretary working, Izel, and she just goes, Mr. Guillot, company, what are you here for today?
Yes, I actually was hoping to speak with... I'm checking through all my journals. I don't know if I wrote down this guy. No. Hold on. Who is the guy? The name of the guy? Parton. We are hoping to have an audience with Parton today.
You mean Partip, your sponsor?
I wrote down that name wrong. Partip.
Actually, let me check my notes and make sure I'm not just correcting you for no reason. Partip, yeah. And she goes, yes, I heard you were recently sponsored on your way up. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I believe I have something he may be able to assist with relating to that.
Wonderful. I can lead you to his office and see if he's available. And she is going to lead you down.
Are we all allowed to follow him, or, like, can we not go in?
The secretary isn't stopping you. Like, as long as Kai is leading you in, that they're just like, okay.
I mean, yeah, I would... But when we start walking, I would, like... motion.
Yeah, Clara's just gonna follow him and be like,
Yeah.
wow, look at it in here.
Yeah, so she leads you down towards one of the law mage offices. Which, Kai, you are familiar with because you've been in here once before. And making sure I have this right.
Thing on the stairs.
Oh, so you're familiar with those. Those are known as Felidar Sovereigns. And they are basically, they are creatures that, like, work to protect, they're like Azorius cats, basically. They're giant, like, lion-like things that protect the guild hall.
I think I have a couple of those cards. Oh, this is one of the first cards I ever cheesed in Magic.
Nice.
Anyways.
So
It's the one where if you have 40 health, you win.
Ah.
Sorry, I'm basically just putting you into a hallway because he doesn't have a huge office.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen.
Sounds like it's time for me to rage.
Oh god.
It's time for Warlord to Dynamax.
And so she leads you down, and eventually you do step in, and Kai, you're probably the only one who has fought this person previously, but you not fought, met.
I was about to say, what?
You see Partip, the law mage who is currently sponsoring your potential promotion within the guild, as well as one of the precogs who was part of your initial like bringing into this whole Demir business, although he wasn't the one who explained everything to you guys the first day. But you all kind of like shove into his office, and he's just like, we can stay in the hallway. Kai, what can I do for you?
Well, in short, our mission here may be in jeopardy, and we need your help, and fast. Specifically, we need the help of a precog.
Well, it would be fortunate that I am a precog, then.
Yes, I figure you would be the one specifically that would be good for this.
And he kind of just, like, looks at the rest of them and goes, so, what mission exactly do you need help with?
Well, let's just say some things went awry originally, a while ago. We thought we had them under control, but now we have a powerful mage after us, and we need to track them down, and we have this to do it with, holding up their tunic.
Ah, a scrying, then.
Yes.
And have you made any progress on what you've been assigned?
Only building up contacts so far. We've been a little indisposed. Things have been busy, but trust me, I'm working it.
Remember, we are on a bit of a time limit there. If the trial comes to pass, well, you can
Yes,
get your
I'm aware.
sponsorship goodbye.
I'm aware. In order to get back to that, we need to deal with this first. I can't exactly get sponsored if I'm dead.
Give me a persuasion check.
Not great.
He goes. He kind of just looks at you and he goes, you know, scrying isn't a cheap prospect.
I'm very aware of that. But we're kind of out of options. Our other option, seeing as this is a lycanthrope and a full moon is in 3 days, we need to deal with this fast, and I figure this would be the fastest way to do it.
And he, as soon as you say it's a lycanthrope, he looks towards Fawks and goes, ah, yes, I heard about this from one of my colleagues. So,
I'm famous.
So, I think we can move forward with another reduction of tithes in the first precinct.
No.
Is there any other form of payment that we can provide for this?
And you see as he thinks for a few seconds, and he goes, Give me a moment. And you see as he, goes, sits down, and he writes something down on, like a piece of parchment, folds it up, and then hands it to you, Fawks, and goes, your choice. You can either decrease tithes, or in 3 days' time, when the full moon comes, you can open this and be beholden to whatever it says. Or you can come up with a better offer. Don't worry, at least the note isn't monetarily significant to you. I know your guild hates dealing with that.
What is this note?
Well,
What's
once you open it, you'll be beholden to it. It is formed by... Yeah, and he goes, it's formed by law magic. So you enter in a contract the moment you unseal the note. You won't have any choice but to complete it.
Mr. Fox, you love contracts. This sounds great.
I love contracts I know the contents of.
Yeah, but you mess with people all the time with your contracts.
How do I know this contract isn't immediately go reduce the tides again?
As I've already told you, this will not come at any monetary cost to you, other than potentially materials to complete the task, but that should be minuscule, if you don't already have everything.
Will it force me to go against the Orzhov?
Not that I'm aware of. Although your guild has their own machinations, this may not be aligned with their goals perfectly, but it wouldn't be a direct contradiction to them either, as far as I'm aware.
If it will not affect my standing with the Orzhov, then I can accept this, but I will need that as a separate agreement.
He goes, if it makes you feel better, and you see as he just says, come into the room. I don't know if I can fit all of you, but he brings you into the room and then closes the door behind him, and you see as there's like sigils along the wall, and he goes, a zone of truth. And he like activates some of the sigils and goes, I swear to you that as far as I am aware, this will cost you a minuscule amount of money at most, and will not go against the machinations of the Orzhov.
You like?
Yeah, like, yes.
Will this be putting me in danger directly?
Unknown at this time.
To be fair, you are kind of in danger directly already, so this isn't too much of a change. Just got a point.
Will this put me at odds with the other members of the party?
In fact, I believe this will go quite nicely with another of your goals.
So what? I'm sorry. I went to the bathroom. Why is he? What is this letter thing?
So, the guy did not scry for cheap again, as I was hoping he would. So now he said either reduce the tithes on the first district, which was like a huge monthly sum, or on the third day, like in 3 days, open whatever is in this note, and he is magically obligated to follow.
So he'll scry if Fawks agrees to do this?
Yes.
And then finally, will opening it be something that's done in private or public? Should I get to a safe location first, or is there any immediate danger associated with it?
The only thing that would be associated with it is you would know what contract you are beholden to. Though, prying eyes outside of your party, you may not wish to see. If the wrong person looks over your shoulder as you read it, then it's a bit more likely you'd be in a bit of danger.
Okay. Then give me the letter.
Yeah.
And as you accept it, he goes, and the magic is bound. And then he goes over and opens the door back up and goes, Alright, everybody, I apologize. The Zone of Truth glyphs only work when the room is sealed. But we've come to an agreement. So I think there's some scrying to be done.
Yes.
And he, holds out his hand and said, I believe you have something for me to locate the target?
Did you ever stab?
Huh?
Did you hit her with your spear?
I don't know, man. You have to go back and see.
Did anyone hit her with a weapon?
I didn't.
She was hit with fire bolts from Clara, but I believe that was the only damage actually done to her.
Yeah, no, I don't think I did anything.
Yeah,
because the darkness was up by the time I got it.
You guys killed the wolf she summoned, but I don't believe you did all that much to her personally.
Yeah, so no blood or anything like that. We have this tunic. Hopefully, it will have enough trace of them that it'll work. We also are able to describe a physical appearance and a dagger that she has on her person.
He goes, a possession of the target would be quite helpful, and the more you can describe, that would certainly help as well.
So I hand over the tunic, and Fox, you want to give the description of what she looks like?
I would like to imagine that Clara speaks up, but completely exaggerates everything. She was 8 feet tall and had big eyes and like really pointy ears for someone you don't think would have pointy ears.
Yeah, I'm just gonna describe what I originally saw when I talked to her in dreams.
And as Clara paints a perfectly accurate image of this person.
We're able to fight Shrek!
Yeah, so Clara exaggerates a bit, but like Fawks, you're able to give a more in-depth description. And then as this goes on, he goes, you know, I think I'm familiar with the person you're speaking of. Is there a reason why a noble in your guild would try to kill you?
What?
In my guild?
Yes.
He said in our... Oh, in your guild. I thought he said in our, as in Azorius.
Yes, in the Orzhov. You are familiar with the Karlov family. What the person you're describing is Amelia.
I see. Well then.
Which is also how she brought you into that room the other day. You recognized her as Amelia Karlov from session 1.
So Miria is just a,
Alias.
Alias.
That, or you said this is an assassin, she could have disguised herself as someone to get closer to you.
I do believe that is what happened. I was hoping she took a different form in your dreams.
Well, yeah, the person I described was the one I saw in my dreams.
So you saw a disembodied wolf head speaking to you in your dreams.
Yes. So then, never mind that. So the physical description may not be the most accurate.
Yes, I had a suspicion that they were under disguise, seeing as they came at us looking at someone from my guild. But we have the description of the name, their abilities, and, well, what they are.
Yes, I believe I'll go with that as opposed to the physical description, because, well, frankly, if I'm picturing the wrong target as I scry, there's a chance I could I could simply show you the person they were disguised as. But the tunic that they had, as long as it's actually been worn by her, should be enough to get us a pretty clear image. And you see as he kind of like, he drapes this tunic over the, he has like a crystal and silver ball on the desk on his table, and he drapes the tunic over it, and he starts chanting a little bit, and the tunic glows and then is absorbed into the crystal ball. And after a few seconds, you see as almost like a hologram coming off of the ball. You see as the room, it's... Have you ever read Fahrenheit 451?
Yes.
Yep.
Imagine the parlor rooms where, like, every wall is a TV screen and the ceilings are a TV screen. It's like as if where Miria is being projected on the room around you.
So it's a real clear sight.
It's very clear. It takes him like a minute to do it, but after this minute, you see a very clear sight. And after a few seconds, as it kind of like zooms out and becomes a like shrunken version so you can see more of the surrounding space, you notice 3 things. 1, there is a woman in the scrying, so you can like actually see a woman. It does not look like Amelia Karlov. looks like a woman who is wrapped in a black tunic, is wearing like some sort of leather armor, and you see as she is, you can't hear through the scrying, but you can see as she's talking to someone, and the image kind of pans around, and you see that she is talking to a corpse on a very familiar wall. And the corpse is familiar as well. You see Minkus. Like, basically...
Is he in our safe house?
You see the walls of the safe house kitchen. Minkus hung on one of the, like, hooks meant for drying out meat. And she is just, like, making herself a meal while talking to the corpse that was Minkus.
Who's Minkus?
He was a guy that
And then after a few moments, you notice, despite a hook through his neck, there's no blood, and his mouth is moving as if he's talking back.
is he also pregnant?
No. As I said, I scrapped that part because not making people uncomfortable. This is just normal gore.
Well, I guess it's good we evac that safe house.
And he goes,
I mean, we were told not to go back.
yeah. And as this happens, you see as Pardip cuts the scrying short and goes, "You will not discuss what we have seen here. You are aware of the place you just saw. You know where it is. You and I have not met." And then he pushes you out the door, Fawks.
Yep.
And then you hear as he goes, and he goes, "Kai, please come in here."
Coming?
Oh, it's close.
Yum.
He closes the door behind you as you come in, and he goes, "I was aware you were being reassigned. I was not aware of the context."
So did I see at all what was going on in that room?
No, that was just Fawks in there with you.
Okay. I was also aware I was being reassigned. I'm guessing the scry had to revealed something about that.
Your former safe house and former handler... Well, it seems you've attracted some unwanted attention onto the secret part of our relationship.
Unwanted attention we're aware of. That's why we came here to go track it down. How bad is it?
Well, I doubt Minkus is actually dead, given what he is, but you definitely have a new handler, and you have an assassin that you need to kill immediately.
Again, we were aware of that, but what you're implying here makes it, I guess, a little more relevant to us.
Yes. What I'm saying is, go to that safe house now and deal with this. Otherwise, you will understand the wrath of failure in your new profession.
Heard loud and clear.
Yes. We exist on being secret. We need to keep it that way.
Understood.
That is all.
hopefully, you will hear back from us.
I either hope that you come back successfully or not at all.
I like to imagine in the hallway, the rest of us are just kind of talking about stupid things. Like, I'd be like, Tavro, you got really pretty hooves.
So where are your udders?
Do you have to, like polish your horns?
Yes, it's very important.
Do girl cows have horns too?
I think. I've never met one.
So is it human or cow-sized?
Cows.
Damn it, Brian, you had the perfect opportunity to say, there's a reason it's called the Path of Giants.
Well, it just doubles in size. That's not too much.
What you know when I rage, I can make it all go to one place. Donkus.
Hey, Kai. Hey, buddy, old pal.
Anyways,
We're in your guild hall. Got any supplies you can pilfer real quick? I think
no, in fact, it is probably best we leave immediately.
that's fair.
Do we have any time to do anything else?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, both of us respond at the same time. No.
Well, I figured since we're already here, we could go to the prison and talk to that guy about Franco.
Oh, wait. We could get ice cream.
Ice cream, we have time.
Excuse me, I'm gonna have ice cream, damn it.
We're gonna die?
No. Oh, but part tip, do you want any ice cream? We're on our way out.
He's like, I'll fucking kill you.
Cancel the mission. I'm just killing you right now.
Anyways,
That's a pre-mission ice cream.
I look to the other two and go, you know that place that we weren't supposed to go back to?
What?
Why did you look this up?
Why? Did you look up how big a cow penis is?
Why?
I hate that that's something that can happen in this campaign.
I don't want to.
No!
She looked up and you talk more.
I'm gonna talk.
Why? You realize that you're a furry now, right?
What do you say, Zach?
I said you realize you're a furry now, right?
You're very graphic.
How far away is the safe house?
Actually, really close. So if you recall, the safe house is right next to the statue of Argus Kos, which is like a 10-minute walk from here.
Alright, cool. Quick, huddle. Game plan. I changed my spells when we went to bed. I have daylight now, so do not worry if that happens again. Is there any quick buffs that will take some time, or are we good immediately going straight in?
I think I'm fine.
Of course.
You did this yourself.
I'm still rather confused.
So, you know that place we were told not to go back because it wasn't safe?
Yes.
We're going back there specifically because it's not safe.
May I ask why?
You will see very immediately. Can I, like, shove into a small office, like, in here real quick?
Yeah, so there are, like, other offices around. You're able to just, like, go into
Anyone?
them quickly, yeah. There isn't anybody
So-
in there.
Huddle in real quick.
Is it time for me?
We're going to be very brief about this. You're going to learn some things.
And you're going to forget them immediately.
We were hired by the Azorius to infiltrate the Demir. We have a safe house. Our handler at that safe house is currently hanging on a hook. And his assassin is the one that did it. We need to go there immediately and kill them, or all of our lives are in jeopardy.
Jeopardy! Okay, let's go.
What?
No time, pick up.
So, if that's a problem for you, I suggest you leave now. Otherwise, we could use your help on this one.
Agreed. I still need to get into, the place we own.
As you guys
Why did I say it out loud?
As you guys
What's your thought?
Well, I wasn't sure if there were other people listening. They had like their thing.
Yeah, you guys should start saving more gold coins.
So,
No.
Nick is dead?
No.
Minkus may not be dead, but he certainly isn't alive.
He's having a rough time. So, shall we?
I'm surprised you're okay with this so quickly, but we shall.
Well,
I suppose it truly cannot wait.
I mean, it's assassins.
But this mission is of enough urgency that either you trust us and you help, or you don't trust us and we die anyway.
Sounds good. I was fine walking out the door like a minute ago.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
We kept having other questions. Anyways, yeah, so now we start going.
Alright, sure. So you take the, 15 minutes to walk over there, and as you're now, outside the safe house, and from the outside, it looks like a pretty unassuming, it looks like a storage house. You've all seen it before, other than Tavro and Aldrich, who are just kind of, standing there, going along with it. You all see as you come closer to the safe house, and as you're standing outside, what would you all like to do?
How flammable is the safe house?
It's made of stone.
Okay.
You. If we get in there and see her, cast light on her immediately. Touch. If you can get close enough, cast light on her. She may use the shadows to get around. Cast that on her if possible. Yeah.
Love fairy fire.
Daylight.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the stuff that dispels darkness.
Does the daylight spell dispel magical darkness?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
With an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, that spell that created the darkness is dispelled.
Darkness is a 2nd level spell. That'll do it.
I think it says that specifically because someone could be like, oh, I cast darkness at 5th level.
That also makes sense. Alright, so...
Just casting darkness and daylight at one level above each other.
The most advanced game of peekaboo you've ever seen.
So... do we know if there's any other entrances from our time in there?
You are not aware of any. There may be, but you've generally stayed in the lounging area. You know that there is a basement area, but none of you have ever actually gone down into it.
The best thing to do is assume they already know we're coming. So I say go in guns blazing.
I am coming.
I would like to ready
I agree.
my mist blade in one hand and my I think I have one of my long swords in the other hand.
I just have my one dagger in attack mode, aka holding it backwards.
Sorry, my short sword, not my long sword.
Alright, and so you're all, ready to fight. Are you heading in?
Yes. Me first.
Hell first.
Alright. As you open the door, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Just me or everyone?
The person who is opening the door, which sounds like Tavro.
We in front of the door. We still in the Senate.
Oh boy.
As you open the door, an arrow goes straight into your shoulder. And
Delicious.
few things real fast.
So is that just her who went in first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zach, are we getting a new map?
So you're getting a new map now. I just don't have an outside set up for that map. So I was waiting for the door to be opened first.
Okay.
How much damage do I take, Zach?
You take 7 piercing damage as this arrow shoots out from a wall aside. And let me move you all over to this map now and put you in the order of behind Tavro.
This is what this was created for.
Activate. Also, for anybody who doesn't have dark vision, it is completely black in here.
Great.
Well,
I can't see shit.
I can see!
I was gonna give you dark vision goggles, but we're in sleep. So, next time.
And so with that as well, you hear like a ringing going out as the door opens, and like from across the hall, like you can hear almost like a sharp ringing. Fawks, I'm pretty sure you took this once, so you would recognize this as the alarm spell.
Yep.
Yeah, so you like hear this intense ringing for a few seconds as you just hear Tavro grunt in front of you, and that's going to be initiative.
can I react to the ringing?
You can have one reaction as this happens, as like you step through the door.
I'm gonna say, there you come out, you little bitch!
Yeah, you know what? I think that'll work. Yeah. So terrible, but I love it.
Alright, so I'm gonna need everybody to roll.
I mean, I am the greatest, so it makes sense that I went first.
Yes, of course. So as you step in, you hear this alarm ring, and you're able to see, like, the place is dark, and it seems to be mostly the same as you left it. Although it has been a bit over a week since you've been back here. So, Kai, what would you like to do?
Alright, I don't see her, do I?
Oh, 1 second. Gotta roll for Aldrich. Okay, Kai, what would you like to do? And no, what you can see is what you can see.
Fair enough. I would like to move up here.
Sorry.
Actually, also, everybody can give a quick perception check. You know, it kind of makes sense that you go first with this too. Kai, you know where the kitchen area is. It's like, it's off to this side. You very, very faintly smell burning flesh.
Nice. So figure out how to do my icon later. So if I move up here, and it doesn't look like it's letting my vision adjust. Unless I lost my dark vision.
Are you not able to see right now?
I can see it. It doesn't look like any of the fields of view are adjusting automatically.
How about that?
That looks good.
Yeah, I just had to reset the vision on you.
Okay. So I guess I started moving before it was really my turn. I should have one less thing of movement. So I'm just gonna keep walking. Which direction is the kitchen, do I know? Over here.
So you know that the kitchen is, like, through this little door that goes to, like, the butcher shop area of the kitchen, and then there's another section behind that, which is, like, cold storage.
There. That is as far as I go. And I would like to ready an action to, if a being, I don't know what she looks like, but if a female presenting thing appears, I want to throw a dart at them. Clara! If a female presenting enemy appears.
Alright. So you ready in action to throw a dart the first time you see a non-party member female, and Clara.
Like, I don't want to immediately, if there's someone other than this assassin here, throw a dart at them, but I want to kill that assassin.
Yeah, you don't know what the assassin looks like, so...
So that's the best I'm doing.
Clara, what would you like to do?
Okay. Seeing that Kai's going towards the kitchen, Clara's gonna go kind of like the other direction to scout a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 30 to here. Oh, no, these stupid walls. It's 10, 15, 25, 30. And she doesn't see anything from there, so that's great. She opened the door.
What's behind door number 1?
Clara opens the door!
Yeah, so you open the door, and you see the latrine that you've used on occasion. No one's in there with you.
Great.
We did not catch her pooping.
Well,
unfortunately, you did not catch her while she was pooping, when you absolutely would have had your best chance.
just firebolt her right on the toilet.
Kill this motherfucker Tywin Lannister style.
Yes.
Especially because you're aware that this place does not have very good plumbing, so there's probably a bit of methane that would ignite in there too.
We must blow this place up.
Does opening those doors count as my action?
No, that's your free object interaction.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna move a little bit more using my dash. I go 5, 10, 15, 20, like over here.
Yeah.
To look in this room.
You see, like, a small sitting area that you've been in before, but no creatures in there with you.
That is all.
Alright. Next up I think. So, all of you see as in the center of the room. Actually, not all of you see because half of you can't see. But just like it almost looks like it just appears on top of the table in the center of the room. You see a familiar sight. A direwolf. Oh, that's the wrong token image.
Who can see right now? Pat, do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. There's a wolf.
Of course, that's fine.
You see as a direwolf kind of just like bursts, and like you see as the table kind of just shatters apart. Kai, I know it's not a female, but I will allow you to get your dart reaction off if you would like.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'm familiar that this thing is not friendly.
Last time you fought this person, they summoned this thing as well.
So, I had to target. Oop. Oop. No!
There.
Yeah. And so you just like you hear the shattering of the table as this thing grows on top of it. You toss a dart in its direction, but it's still kind of forming out of the shadows, and it's not quite corporeal as the dart passes through it, and then it finishes forming and pounces on you.
Oh, yay.
That's a zoinks.
Zoinks! What? Let's go!
Unfortunately for it is also still forming as it pounces on you, and it seems to be a bit caught off guard, and you're able to just easily duck out of the way, seeing it coming. And then, about a second later, or even close to the same time, forming out of the shadows on the other side of the room, you see a woman kind of just like form out of the shadows, and it just calls out to you and goes, "Aw, you came early."
I always do.
And with that, that is going to be Miria's turn. Which brings us to Gideon. What would you like to do?
So since I can't see anything, once that table, so does the table shatter, with the wolf on it?
Yeah, it doesn't quite shatter. It cracks and it breaks under the weight of the wolf forming on top of it. So I guess shatter was the wrong word. It cracks and then collapses. You definitely hear it.
Yeah. So I kind of go, "Oh, what was that? Hi, are you okay?" And then I kind of just slowly move forward, but I stay along the lines of the room here. With my target. Since I can't see anything, I'm not gonna attack. But I'm gonna stay.
Do you own torches here?
I don't think I do.
You should have some. Back.
It has a lot of weapons and thieves' tools, and I don't think it shorts with being late. Or cartographer's tools. Yeah, I do not have any torches. I got a worm tooth.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have any torches.
So, since I can't see anything, I'm not going to attack. but I'm just kind of gonna like slowly make my way like further into the room, but just like staying along the wall here.
I like your new token, Kai.
Thank you. It's made by Dolly Mini with the prompt Tibetan monk wearing welding goggles.
I'm moving around here, but I can't because I guess it collides with the wall. Oh, there's the wall. I want to stay like up here, like pressed against the wall. I can't move it to be directly along the wall, but you know what I mean.
You are pressed against the wall right now. You just don't realize it because you can't see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're like pressed up against the wall. Are you trying to like ready an action or anything?
Yeah, so I'm I have my like short sword just like ready to attack, and I have my blade in the other hand should I sense something kind of coming towards me. But that's all I'm gonna do right now.
Alright, so if you feel anything come within 5 feet of you, you're gonna stab?
I think so.
I'm just trying to make sure I
I'm
understand the ready to action, so I let you know when you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
I can't see it, so I don't know if you're done there or not. Well,
So-
actually, no, I guess just kind of like be wary. Don't ready in action or anything, I guess, because I'm gonna say.
Ready in action if you can see him.
I can't
Okay.
see.
You will always not be able to not see.
Oh, I guess that's true.
yeah, so
Okay. So I'll go with what Connor said. If I see an enemy, ready in action to attack it.
alright.
Come within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, so you creep up against the wall trying to like stay as quiet as possible. And you get ready to attack anything near you that you know is an enemy, if you're able to see them. Then Aldrich is going to just look forward, see the wolf, and he is going to pull out his longbow and loose an arrow at it.
So Mr. Definitely Human Man can run 45 feet per turn and has dark vision. Yep. And is not a monk.
You don't know that he's not a monk. He hasn't specifically said he's not.
Fair.
But you see as he just like pulls out this longbow, looses an arrow at this thing, and it embeds it into the wolf's back. And you see, Kai, like you kind of see, similar to the night previous, the night prior, there's like, it's almost like an inky black blood that seeps out as opposed to a normal blood. And does he have multi? Sorry, I don't know his character sheet super well. I need to check if he has multi-attack or anything.
It at least should be easier to read than any of his physical character sheets.
That's true. He does get an extra attack, so he's going to shoot another arrow.
He's Bugman. What I texted.
He's Mr. Beans!
What I texted.
Dr. Beans!
What I texted him earlier today was "Happy birthday, Mr. Mushroom Bugman person thing you."
So you see as he looses another arrow, but this time the wolf kind of like turns around in response to the first one and is able to just barely dodge out of the way. And that will bring us to Tavro. What would you like to do? Also, can you see?
I cannot. But quick question: did that cracking sound of like the wood splintering a little bit? Did that sound like it was coming from like here, like right in front of me?
You pinged exactly where the sound came from.
Gotcha. I can see it. It's for some reason it's not entirely.
Oh, no, you know
I can't see the enemies. I can see like.
Yeah, it's the revealed fog, so you can see things that have already been revealed in the past. Not how they currently look, but how they did when they were seen by, like, you previously. And they were seen by you previously because I put your character on this map before we started.
I said, okay, so that sounds like it might be close. Let's think. I don't know where anyone is. Quick second question. If you run an action to attack, and you have extra attack, can you make 2 attacks or only 1? You can?
It's 2 attacks, because it's 1 attack action.
Right.
Yeah, so if you ready the attack action, you can use the full action. If you use an opportunity attack, it's only 1 attack.
Yeah. No, I was okay, I'm going to move 5, 10, assuming I don't bump into anything. And then I'm going to rage as a bonus action, so make me big if I have space.
You do have space.
So imagine Clara just over watching this happen while he's in the darkness, just being like, get him, get him, get him, get him.
And then I'm going to choose Elemental Cleaver Thunder. Oh wait, hold on. And also, why can't I still can't add a rage for some reason. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. 8.9. And then I'm going to ready an action that if I can suddenly see and can actually see an enemy, I'm going to use my attack action to throw my spear twice at it.
Do you have 2 spears?
No, but it automatically comes back to my hand.
It comes back to your hand if you use the ability, and using that ability is a full action.
Not the explosion.
What lets you bring it back then?
The Path of Giants level 6 feature.
Oh, I was not aware of that. Never mind.
We talked about this. You even told me that it works twice per turn, and I also work on the explosion thing.
Well, I forgot.
Yeah! Yeah, but anyway, I ready my action to throw twice, and that's it. If I can see someone.
Yep, you're right. It does immediately reappear in your hand. Okay, cool. Fawks, what would you like to do?
I would like to walk in this direction until I feel someone or something.
Okay, you get to here, and then you hit a wall.
Oh, bro, where are you?
I'm here.
Can I understand where he is?
He sounds like he's like almost right next to you, just a little bit further. He sounds like he is just barely on the other side of this small wall.
So, can I just feel around and go into this space?
Yep, and now like you feel out and like you're kind of like pressed up against his arm.
I really feel Lizzie's image.
I like to touch him.
What?
The image you pulled up.
Oh yeah.
Feel it.
And cast daylight targeting him.
Robbie.
Alright, so what exactly does daylight do if you target him?
I don't know.
Oh, hold on, let me... Wait, place and measure. That's supposed to be centered on him, not the location. So that's what targeting him does.
Well, it was centered on him, so good job. And let's just give that some light.
Yeah, and you don't have to be able to see to use daylight, so that's good.
I still can't see, even with the daylight up.
Well, I had to put the light effect on there.
And I believe my thing now triggers.
Your thing triggers, and so does Gideon's. So you both see an enemy now. Gideon, you're not within 5 feet, so you can't do a stabbing, but Big Cow, you are able to throw your spear twice at this wolf.
Huzzah. I'm not sure if I can reckless attack as a reaction or a ready action, so I'm just gonna not. I believe that's a hit. And let me just make sure.
Hold
on.
Connor, you targeted him, right?
Yes.
It is a reaction to activate your ready to action.
Oh, okay.
Am I fine?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to check what the. I think that's still missing the 2 rage damage, but I believe that did add the thunder damage. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's proficiency. I'm stupid. That's not a critical hit. 11 damage.
Yeah, so it does need the extra 2, probably.
Yes, but it did add the thunder damage, which is good. And then I shall throw again.
Do it.
I think that hit.
That will hit.
And then that is 11 damage.
And you see as the daylight just washes over the room, and you throw the spear. It reappears in your hand, like, as it hits the wolf, and then you launch it again. And this thing is just howling in pain, as it is completely impaled twice. And you see as, like, this, like, weird, shadowy blood is leaking out of it. And, like, as it bleeds, the blood seems to evaporate into the daylight. And Fawks, anything else that you would like to do?
Nope.
Alright, Kai, you're one of the few people who can see both the wolf and the person. What would you like to do?
I am going to. I'm aware I am not disengaging going to the person.
Yeah, it is going to try and bite you as you walk away. It's going to fail to bite you as you walk away. And you see as it, like, snaps at you, but you're able to just run out of the grasp of its jaws, no problem.
I just look at the woman in front of me and just go, "What did you do? What did you do?" Were you going to do something? Well, I'm doing something. That something is stabbing.
And you see, as you stab into her, you feel, you see as the dagger goes straight into her throat, like, this should have hit. You feel nothing on the other end. There is no resistance as your dagger slides into her.
I am already there, and nothing else is happening this turn, so...
Yeah, and you just, like, put your dagger straight into her abdomen again. And she almost doesn't seem to react at all, and you don't feel any resistance.
Same space.
I also need to plug in my laptop.
I think mine should actually... Yeah, mine should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine should be okay at this point.
Yeah, you wanna hook me up?
Yeah. Well, being a monk, I don't have much else I can really do about that. Other than just move another 5 feet forward to try to, like, see if she's physically there.
You step into her space, and you can almost, like, see out from the inside as she just, like, crosses her arm and goes, "Not the brightest, are you?" And you can, like, feel as there is nothing actually there. It seems to just be an image. Some sort of illusion.
Well, then, I have movement left, so doing that, checking the rooms in there.
Yeah. And
I guess I could only check one, but...
Well, yeah, as you push open that door, I need you to give a dexterity saving throw as an arrow shoots out from the wall towards you. Or alternatively, you could try to deflect missile. You just dodge out of the way, no problem, as this arrow kind of just, like, shoots out of the wall, and you see, like, a little trap apparatus set up in the side of the room that shoots out, but you're able to dodge out of the way, and it embeds into the wall behind you.
So I just turn around and strike the apparition again. Go, bitch, where are you?
Yep, and your hand just kind of, like, moves through her with
Yeah, I know.
resistance again.
3 hits, and it's not even there.
So,
Okay, well,
Clara,
I just see Kai punching something that doesn't exist.
You saw me go through them.
Yeah, Clara was like, well, that's not gonna work. There's a door, like, right here.
there is. You know that that door leads to 2 of the bedrooms as well as the stairway to the basement.
Okay. So, see, also, just knowing, like, that the darts shot out at Tavra when he opened the door, and first tried, so Clara is going to open this door, but also take the dodge action. Is that a thing she can do?
You can kind of, like, you don't even have to take an action. It's more of, if you're prepared and you know that there might be a trap, you'll have advantage on the save if there is something coming out at you.
Yeah, that's what she wants to do as she opens these doors.
Yeah, so you open the 2 doors, like, you kind of just, like, push them open with both hands and immediately duck down, and you can give a dex save with advantage. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough. As you duck down, and you unfortunately see that the arrows are more at, like, knee length, so you just duck down, and the arrow, like, launches itself into your arm. So that's going to be... $11 damage as this thing just pierces into you.
Yeesh. Okay. Well, I mean, do I have any, like, I haven't used an action yet, right?
No, you only used your object interaction, so you still have action and bonus action, as well as whatever movement you have left.
Okay. What? Clara's gonna step into this hallway. And then she's going to ready a firebolt in case any of these doors open.
Alright. So that brings us to
That's the correct password.
you see as the wolf looks around and turns and pounces, trying to land on top of Gideon, biting him.
Does my action go off though?
Yes, so you do have a reaction for a creature you can see went within 5 feet of you, so you can attack it first.
Yay!
Lands on top of your sword.
Ah,
Well, now that the daylight search probably was like aiming it and it's not trying.
I'm gonna catch you.
Why are you dodging?
It popped up on my screen.
Well, you can only do that if you're not using your reaction to attack.
Oh, I see.
So which would you prefer to do?
I'll do my attack, sorry.
Alright, that's fine. Just roll your attack against it. It is just also attacking you. So I was rolling that. Yeah, so you raise your blade as this thing pounces on you, but you're not quite able to get it in between you and the wolf as it lands on top of you and just bites a chunk out of your side.
Oh, jeez. Zoinks.
And then you all see, you actually do all see, as the same woman that was that illusion kind of jumps out of the kitchen area, jumps on top of the table, and just goes, I thought you were all smarter than this. And you see as her hands crackle for a second, and a burst of electricity shoots out.
Since she's technically within range of my firebolt, can it trigger?
No door opened.
I said, or I see the woman.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yeah, you can have the trigger.
Ah.
Holy shit.
Oh, you were all supposed to be targeted by that. So, let me trigger that roll.
Ah.
That's what? Tavro, Fawks, and Aldrich. All
Yeah, I removed my health.
What to
Oh,
say?
you already did it for... Yeah, can you also
is this
roll dex
intro?
saves? Yeah, it's dex saves.
Oh, I did not hear that at all. Dex. Norm. Nope. I do take the damage.
Yeah, so... Tavro, you take full damage as you're just hit with this burst of electricity. Fox, you're able to see and dodge somewhat out of the way, but the arcs of electricity still hit you somewhat, and you take 14 lightning damage, and then Aldrich is also going to make a dex save.
Where is Aldrich?
Back near the entrance. And he is also going to take the full brunt of the damage.
How much was the damage?
28.
Oof.
Oh. Minus 28. And you just hear as she kind of like hackles and goes, "You didn't think this through enough, did you?"
No.
And that will bring us to Gideon. What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to try and get rid of his dog. That keeps
He's
the cat.
currently eating you.
Yeah, just a bit.
It's okay.
Yeah. Best play.
Ooh,
Holy shit.
Is that a crit?
Yeah.
that is a crit.
Get off me, you dog!
Yeah, and as it goes to like bite you again, you just grab your blade and shove it through the back of its throat, and the thing collapses on top of you, and then just dissipates into a burst of shadows that, like, fade in the sunlight. All right.
Hey, Mr. DM,
Yeah.
can we pause here?
Yep. All right.
Yep.
So, leading into Aldrich's turn, you all see Miria on top of the table, the wolf dissipating into the shadows, and that is where we will end it to pick up for next session.
I knew she was over there.
Section every.
Quick question on the daylight spell. Is it like the darkness spell where it goes around corners?
I believe so. It's everything within 60 feet of it.
Alright. Noted.
It's not emanating from it. It's everything within 60 feet is daylight.
Got it.